As a family, we've been owners or custodians of the maltings since 1965, and over that period we've enjoyed a slow and steady redevelopment of the maltings. In 2004 we undertook a master planning process for the whole site, given that about 2/3 of it was effectively undeveloped at that stage. Through the process of the master plan and the planning consents that went through, we then moved further into the design detail. And when you're considering the development of 65 houses, additional retail and a new infrastructure to go with it to pick up those areas that are already developed, we obviously engaged a very strong mechanical and electrical design team. During that process, which we went through a probably 6-month window, reviewing all aspects of the mechanical electrical designs for the proposed development, considering issues like heat source pumps, solar panels, wind turbines, and of course biomass boilers. And by way of process of deduction, the biomass became the top trump. A number of reasons led to favour. Again, heat source pumps were knocked out probably because going into the ground here and we're floating on the marshes, that wouldn't work. And you know, gradually the biomass was the clear winner, and we undertook to develop that into our scheme, which we're delighted we've done. When we consider the biomass boiler and why it came out on top of everything else, there are a number of issues that favoured it. English Heritage are our governing body here for Grade 2 listed buildings, and if you have a conventional boiler or whatever within a residential dwelling, that's going to require a flue, chimney flue or balance flue if it was gas, for example, and we don't need 60 little chimneys popping up out of our dwellings. So things like that pointed us back to the biomass, but the fundamental clear winning point to it all was that the wood fuel is grown locally. Where we are here, the maltings is about a mile away from a 20 square mile patch of forestry, which is where all of the wood chip is harvested and taken to be processed about 2 miles away from here. So it becomes a very short footprint, carbon footprint I think is the right word, and it's a win-win because we're using a local product, and it's, you know, providing hot water across my whole site efficiently, and that's the main winning point really. When we consider the biomass boiler, there are many pros and cons with it, but I think the principal benefit of that whole concept is the fact that there's a very minimal waste. We're all conscious of the waste that we create, yet the minimalistic levels of ash that come away from it are encouraging. So it's a very clean fuel. As for negatives, I can't really think of many. I think probably over the 3 years that we've been operating, we've been very, very happy with the whole system, and we would happily recommend anybody to follow our footsteps. Over our 3 years of operation, one of the things that has intrigued me to an extent is the amount of interest that has been generated from our installation, and we've had many a visit through people who are involved in the design and installation who are bringing future clients in to have a look at our boiler house, and that's pleasing. I'm happy to share that because it's the way forward for us all to be going with our biomass concept. With my staff at the maltings, I have my own dedicated maintenance team who are charged with responsibilities across the whole site, and they were very quick to adapt to this new project, this concept, and with a bit of training from our installation team, they very quickly jumped into a monthly program, running through checklists, breaking out the hearth and so forth, and I think they've all enjoyed the challenge and not found it intimidating at all, and I would say have mastered it very quickly. Snape Maltings itself is a very large collection of Victorian buildings that cover some 7 acres of actual footprint of building. The current use is quite diverse. We have a collection of retail outlets which hug up towards the river, with the House and Garden being our flagship store, and that particularly was involved in the 2008 development and is on the utilising the hot water that comes from the boiler house. But we've got a pub, we've got 2 cafes, one granary tea shop which has been in operation since the early 70s, and as an all year round venue we enjoy over 500,000 people a year coming through the site. The concert hall, which also plays a key role in the activities at the Maltings, has a 800 seat auditorium with about 80 days a year of concert performances, and the visitors that we have at the Maltings come to enjoy music or come to enjoy the retailing, and they all love the landscape behind us, the river and the footpaths through to Icon, and now people are able to live here. The 19 houses that we built in and around the courtyard behind me are the first phase, and there's more to follow.